Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be talking about 3 products that just launched from L'Oreal. It is part of a new line of masks that they've come out with, and it is all clay masks. So there are 3 different types for 3 different purposes. I'm going to show all of them in a demo and talk about which ones I like, which ones I think are better for different purposes. So if you want to see all of my thoughts, then just keep watching. Alright, so like I said, there are 3 versions of this new mask, and they are all part of a pure clay mask line. They are all called, it says 3 pure clays plus something. So there is the Plush charcoal, which is the Detox and Brighten mask. There is plus red algae, which is the Exfoliate and Refine mask. And then you have the plus Eucalyptus, which is the Purify and Mattify mask. So all 3 are more so for if you have oily skin, if you have more so clogged pores. I personally like charcoal mask, mostly to use on my nose. I do have drier skin, so I don't need to really mattify. I don't really have issues with larger pores, but I do like to get rid of blackheads. I like to cleanse out all the pores on my nose because that is somewhere where I do notice different issues. So usually I like to use this mask right here. It is the Sephora Mud Mask Purifying and Mattifying. Which actually kind of sounds more like the Eucalyptus one, but it is much more similar in texture and in result of the charcoal mask, which is the Detox and Brighten. So this is what I usually use. I kind of use it as a spot treatment. I'll put it on top of pimples sometimes to help dry them out, but usually I just kind of use them on my nose area, which is what I will do today when I demo out the charcoal mask from L'Oreal. Alright, so I'm going to start with the charcoal mask. This is the Detox and Brighten, and it is a basic charcoal mask, very similar to what you will see from Glam Glow that's in the white jar, very similar to the Sephora one that I've been using. These cost about $10. The ones I bought were $12 at my local CVS, but online they said $10.98, so I will have that link down below where you can order them online. So this is the Pure Clay Plush Charcoal, and you can see they all come with a little stopper. It just got stuck in the cap. So it's got kind of this like moussey texture. I'll kind of swatch it on my hand so you can see how it applies. It's much smoother than the one from Sephora. I've never had issues with the Sephora one really, but it does if you use it like in a tub. You'll have little bits of charcoal in the bottom of your tub. So this one comes with a stopper, same as the other, and I'm calling it a stopper, just kind of like a lid. And this one is a much lighter gray color. It also has kind of chunks of charcoal in it that you can kind of feel exfoliate your skin when you remove it. So they both dry down very similar. They both do the thing where you can kind of see your pores come out, like you can see the oil being drawn out of your pores. So this is just kind of like the texture consistency, but I do think that they do the same thing. Even though the texture and the color is very different, they both contain charcoal, they both draw out the impurities from your pores, and I think that is very comparable. I believe the Sephora one is about $20. I'll have it linked down below with the correct price, but like I said, the L'Oreal is $10, and you get 2 fluid ounces in the Sephora, and you get 1.7 fluid ounces in the L'Oreal. All 3 have the same amount of product in them. The other thing I noticed difference between the Sephora one and the L'Oreal, the Sephora is a little closer to the texture of the Glam Glow for one, but the Sephora has a much stronger scent. Just when I swatched them, I could get that scent and I was like, ooh, that's the Sephora one. Like I could remember it was it. The L'Oreal has a much lighter scent. It doesn't really have much of a strong scent at all. I really can't put my finger on what it is. When I had it on my face and like around my nose, I didn't notice any harsh scents. But with the Sephora one, I definitely did. Because the Sephora one is a little chunkier, I do notice that it dries kind of funny sometimes. It doesn't quite dry evenly, and I kind of have like some areas that are still damp, some that haven't dried completely when the rest of my face has dried, and I've had the mask on for the full time. So I did like, you'll see in the demo that the L'Oreal one did dry pretty evenly. The only issue was where some things were kind of overlaid, but it still dried down. It wasn't wet or anything. So this one is definitely my favorite out of the 3 just because it's something similar to what I've been using. But when I run out of both of these, I'll probably repurchase this because I like the price point and I like how much easier it is to apply and remove because it doesn't have those kind of nubby chunks in it. So about this mask, it is powered by 3 different clays, and their pure form is what it says, and it's enhanced with a nature-sourced ingredient, or all of them are like that. This one is for if your skin is dull and tired. It is to detox and brighten and to purify for an even and radiant complexion. So you can use all these masks all over your face. Like I said, with this one, I usually just use it on my nose just because I do have drier skin. But you'll see later I use all 3 on my face at the end of the video. So I really do like this. Like I said, the claims on the box is that they glide on and rinse off easily, that they do not dry out skin, and that it is for all skin types, so you don't have to have oily skin, combination skin, normal, or dry skin. It can be used for any of them. And I think me using them is kind of a testament to that. I do have pretty dry skin. It will break out and have issues if I use something like this, and a lot of times I can feel tightness in my skin, but when I use these I didn't feel tightness at all. I didn't feel like my skin needed a moisturizer right away. Of course I still put on a moisturizer, but I didn't feel that tightness that sometimes you can feel when your skin gets dried out. Alright, so this is the Purify and Mattify one with eucalyptus, and this one has the best scent. It smells kind of like you're at a spa. It smells like you're having a facial treatment or something like that. It kind of reminds me of like the Caudalie de Liz product. I guess it's that eucalyptus in it, but its texture is very similar to that of the charcoal one. And you'll see it whenever I put it on later. This one kind of dries down almost to clear, but then it kind of chalks back up right towards the end. It's kind of a interesting way it dries down. But this one I liked the most. It was probably the one that I will use the most all over my face. I've used all of these before this video, by the way. It's not just in the demo. But this one I really like. This one is more of like a relaxing spa day. I feel like it just kind of helps cleanse out my skin, give it a little extra step of cleansing, but it doesn't cause any dryness or issues like that. And last but not least, well, it is kind of least. So the third one is this red algae one, and I've used a red algae exfoliator before that stunk, and I don't like it at all. This one also is an exfoliator. It has, you'll see in the demo, it has kind of little nubbies in it, similar to what the Sephora mask has. And it's a much thicker texture. It's not quite as thick as the Sephora one, but it's pretty similar. This one, it's made to refine your pores. It's exfoliate and refine your pores. So it refines your pores, and then when you take it off, you kind of scrub in the exfoliators into your skin. So it's a nice exfoliating treatment. I usually don't exfoliate my skin too often. I use a more gentle exfoliator. It is the Tata Harper one that I use pretty much every day. I kind of switch between that and another face wash, but usually I use it most of the time. So I don't feel the need to have an exfoliating mask, but if you feel like your skin really needs that extra exfoliation, if you have trouble with larger pores, then I think you'll really like this one. It's just not the most needed for my skin type. That is all 3 of these. I really like this. I like that L'Oreal has come out with a product geared more towards the trend right now, more towards kind of the younger audience. A lot of times with their skincare, it seems like it's more for anti-aging and more mature skin. So I do like that they've kind of switched and really paid attention to what's popular right now, because masks, whether it's clay mask, sheet mask, any of that kind of stuff, it's just really kind of more of a trendy thing in skincare right now. So I'm really excited for these. I think they're very comparable to the more high-end ones. So if you want to see how these work on my skin, then just stay tuned for the demo. Alright, so I just took a shower, so I thought I would go ahead and show you how all 3 of the masks look on the face. So I'm going to go ahead and put them all on in different areas of my face and let you see how they dry down. So for the Pure Clay Plush Charcoal one, I'm going to mostly focus this one on my nose because I like to put charcoal masks more where my blackheads are. I think it helps draw out the blackheads and clean out your pores. The texture of this charcoal mask is different. It's more of a smooth gel, not gel, but it kind of feels like a gel. It doesn't have any chunks in it like the Glam Glow or the Sephora dupe of the Glam Glow white jar mask does. It has like chunks of charcoal in it. This one is kind of more of like a whipped texture. It's very smooth and easy to apply. Alright, so I'm going to just leave that one there and see how it draws out all the blackheads and see if it shows that the blackheads are showing. I have used this mask before, but I used it in the tub and didn't use a mirror before washing it off, so I have no clue what it looks like when it dries down. This mask is the Pure Clay plus Eucalyptus. This one is called the Purify and Mattify. And I didn't mention earlier, but the black Purify plus charcoal is also called the Detox and Brighten mask. So this one is the Purify and Mattify. And so to mattify, I'm going to put this on my forehead, chin, and cheeks. It's kind of hard to like multi-mask without mixing them together. Got it in my hair. This one has like a really nice fresh scent when you put it on your face. It's like more spa-like than the other. Kind of reminds me of like how the Caudalie products smell. Although the Caudalie mask actually looks more like the next mask I'm going to use. But I did look it up and it doesn't contain the same ingredients. It just has a similar color. Alright, so that's what this looks like. And I'm going to zoom in before they all dry down so you can see the before and after. So the next mask is the Pure Clay Plus Red Algae, and it is to exfoliate and refine pores. This one also would be good on the nose area. I decided to take off the other mask that was on my cheeks just so I could go ahead and put this one on there instead for refining pores. So this one is the Red Algae one, like I mentioned, and it smells actually pretty good. I've used a Red Algae exfoliator before that stunk so bad that I was concerned this one would, but it smells really nice. So it has a much thicker texture than the other ones do. It's not too thick. It has, you can feel like little beads in it when you put it on. So I'm going to just put this one kind of all over my cheeks. And all of these have on the back that you can put them all over your face. I'm just wanting to show all three at the same time. Usually when I use these, I do put them all over. I don't just put them in like one spot. Unless I'm just spot correcting, but like I normally don't do this like whole triple mask thing. Alright, so I just zoomed you in so you can see what the texture looks like before they're completely dry. The charcoal one and this one have both started drying, the eucalyptus one. So this one's starting to dry a little clear, this one's getting a little more gray toned in some areas, and I can just feel it pretty dry. This one is the Red Algae, and it has some grains in it. You can kind of feel the little nubbies all throughout it. So anyway, this is what it looks like. I'm going to set a timer for 10 minutes. It's recommended to use for 10 to 15. I'm going to go with 10 just because I do have more dry, not so much sensitive, but dry skin, and I don't want to irritate it. So I will come back and show you what it looks like dried. Alright, so it's been the full 10 minutes, and you can see they've all dried down. They look like they're kind of wet in some spots, but it's just where it's thicker, but it is dried. So you can definitely see all of the pores have been cleansed out and like the impurities sucked out right here. This one has completely dried down, and it doesn't feel quite as tight as the others. More so on my, I guess, my forehead it feels a little tight. And then this one is dried down too. It kind of went see-through a few places. And I think when I wash this one off, it'll exfoliate even more because of all the little nubbies in it. So I'm going to go wash my face, put on my makeup, blow dry my hair, and I'll see you back in a few minutes. Alright, so I just washed off the mask and blow dried my hair and did my makeup. So I just want to give you kind of my final thoughts on these products. So I really think this is a really good product if you're wanting to try out these masks or just something similar to it, because these really do seem to compete well with the high-end ones. I don't own many high-end, but I've tried a lot of them in sample sizes. I've tried lots of the little foil packets that you'll get with Sephora orders sometimes. So I really think that these are just as good as the others. They all smell really good. It's more of like a relaxing spa experience. And they're a really good price point at about $10. So depending on where you buy it, you know, it can change. I think mine were about $12, but online I did see that they were like $10.98 or something like that. So I'll have them linked down below if I find them anywhere online that you can buy them from. But I really think these are a good mask, like I said, if you are wanting to get into the whole world of masks, but you don't want to spend so much money, especially since these do seem to perform just as well. Alright, well that is everything I have to say about these new 3 masks from L'Oreal. So if you want to see more of these review type videos, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up or put a comment down below letting me know that you like them. And if you want to see more from my channel, then don't forget to subscribe. Thanks!